All right.
Quit
Meeting is now
laughing,
live streaming
Randy.
on
We're live
Facebook.
now.
It looks like we're live now, gentlemen. How we doing, guys?
I'm looking at your fancy warning live on Facebook. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you not use Zoom for Facebook Live?
No, I don't have anything integrated at all.
Welcome to the 21st century, Randy. We can help you now.
Thank you.
All right. So what's up, Facebook? Thank you guys for joining us. We'll put this on YouTube later. So what's up, YouTube? Excellent opportunity to get together with two people you probably know, or you definitely know. Randy, you most likely know. Because let's be honest, Randy has a bigger Instagram than most people I know. So he probably brought people here today.
Cool.
I don't know, Randy, if you're going to be separately watching the Facebook stream for any questions. I will try to do it as well.
I don't know how to. Will it come up in the chat? Will it come up in the chat window?
No. I will
I see what you're saying.
Moderating the Facebook separately. So anybody, if you guys have questions, don't hesitate to put questions on the Facebook Live, and I will fill the gentleman in with them later. So why don't you guys start? Randy, you want to kick it off? Rory, you want to kick it off? Who's up?
Oh, Randy's a better talker. He gets to go.
I'll kick it off. That's fair. That's fine by me. So myself and Rory, Kate, we were commiserating during the lockdown. And we decided we needed something to live for, really. Like, we needed something to look forward to during all of the shutdown.
Going dark out the gate. All right, cool.
We get dark right off the bat, like immediately. Yeah. And so we came up with this plan where we wanted to do a kind of a co-headlining tour. And it's co-headlining, people. Come on now. But it's a co-headlining tour where myself and Rory would put some stuff together. And then we would try to travel to places we haven't been before in order to just, explore, live life again, and go back to our lives as traveling instructors, which is one of the coolest things we were able to do before the pandemic. So this kind of came to life a couple of months ago. And then with shifting goalpost restrictions and all the things being different all the time, we really couldn't hammer anything down. But now that it looks like the world is opening, we decided to get this done. So we wanted to go on the road for, well, we probably could travel forever together and just have a blast, but we had to limit it because we have like families and stuff. So we decided to do 8 weeks on the road, from starting the first weekend of seminars would be September 11th. I know, not a great date, but you'll remember. And then all the way till the end
20th anniversary.
Yeah. Then all the way till the end of October. So final seminar would be October for the Halloween weekend would be the last one, if we can get one. And we wanted to do ideally West Coast border, East Coast border, and then back, do like one great big loop, kind of exploring and doing other stuff, which is one of the coolest things about the seminars, that even if you can't come to it, pay attention to our social media, because we were already talking earlier about dumb plans we wanted to do on the trip, because both me and Rory definitely don't follow all the advice we give people when we travel. So
may not be in need of an adrenaline dump, from what I was hearing.
Exactly. May or may not need that. So we a while ago, I think it might have been Bulgaria, when we first spun this, because it was just Rory and myself in Bulgaria for Biodye Bulgaria, which was so cool. And we discovered our names together make RandRory, and we're like, oh my God, we have to do something with this. And so this is us doing that something with it.
An entire fall tour off of a drunken night in Bulgaria.
So all my business, that's how all my business dealings are done, minus Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Mr. Miller?
Randy is such a bad influence on me. The
truth.
Okay, so I'm really excited about this, and to be fair, and I probably shouldn't say this to the entire Facebook audience, but you guys are totally secondary. This is going to be a road trip buddy movie, and the fact that we're going to stop in and do the martial arts and seminar stuff is just trying to pay expenses. Some of the places we're going to go are places that I've only been to half the states, so I want to knock some more off the list. Randy, there were some places that we may or may not be able to get to. I've been intrigued by the idea of the Lost Coast of California for a while. Randy, I don't think has ever been to New Orleans. And anyway, there's some food he's got to try there. So I'm just, I don't want to say giddy, but I'm about at that range of excited. This is going to be a kick.
Yeah, it's so exciting. And like I said earlier, right? Like both Rory and I, we felt like we came back to life when we were planning this, because we were so into funk, and then we're like, oh, we're gonna go on the road together. And both of us like perked up. It was like, it's exactly what I needed.
Yeah, and normally, you know, it's my favorite road trip companion is my daughter, because if she's got something to say, she says it. If she doesn't have anything to say, she reads or listens to music. Everything she says is relevant. It's like being in the car with myself.
Randy, he just set the metrics for you.
And Randy is the complete opposite of that, but every time we get together, it is a blast.
Oh.
His extroversion is contagious. So and I don't think we've ever been in a place where we were together where the bouncing ideas off each other ever stopped.
Oh,
and I'm thinking, I don't think I think we're going to have 8 weeks of just talking things through, coming up with new and better ways to do things. We talk about that steel sharpening steel. We're going to have 8 weeks in the car for every stupid idea we've ever had to get out and get dissected.
That's literally, if we're talking about the selfish part, that's my selfish part, is I get to be in a car with Rory Miller for 8 weeks, throwing theories at him. Amazing.
So what I basically hear, the weekends are pretty much R&D.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a really good possibility that I know that there's some stuff that I'm playing with that I'm not sure it's transmissible. But if Randy can figure out a way, then it is, and then we get guinea pigs every weekend. I mean, students who want to find this out. So I'm looking forward to that part too.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. And like I said, like we get to hang out and bounce ideas off. And I agree. Every time, I definitely feel, I don't want to speak for you, and I don't want you to call me for no reason either. So this isn't pointing you in a corner, but every time I'm with you, all of my stuff gets better, because I get to sharpen it. I get to bounce it back. I get to find other ideas. And I really enjoy that process.
Same. And it's one of the good, horrible things as instructors. There's some stuff that I think that I kind of brought into this field. Some words and some ideas and some models. And when I see Randy particularly does this, someone who gets exposed to it, and then 2 years later, they're teaching a class on the same subject, is 10 times better than what I do. It gives me this heart, just, oh, I'm so proud. And also, well, I'm also useless, and I should probably just crawl away under the porch and die like a bad dog. So this will be extra fun.
Rory, I just say what you say with a dick joke. It's not that much of an improvement.
But there's
not wrong.
that I've looked at, and you've been able to find research that I haven't. And that always makes it better.
Cool.
So, yeah.
So we're done making out. Let's maybe talk about.
You know what? Perfect segue. Casey just said, if you guys are in Minnesota after being together for 6 weeks, you are officially married. That is the law. So. Oh,
finally, Mr. Miller. I like it. I'll go with it. Nah, you should go King. King's pretty good. I don't know.
I don't know.
Miller-King.
So the other suggestion that somebody put on Instagram for the name of the tour is K-I and then Iller. Killer? King Miller. So that'd be a good hyphenated name. That's like our celebrity name.
Killer
RandRory.
Killer RandRory. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we can combine them. But again, we probably get banned from places. No.
Deplatformed on social media.
Right.
So what do you actually have? Where does it start off?
So the goal right now is, I think I'm just going to fly down. This is all. So half of what I'm saying right now is still up in the air, because we only have half the dates booked so far, which is why we're doing the promo. So if we can get some more, ideally, I think I'm probably just going to fly to meet Rory where he lives. And then we're going to kind of go from there, depending on where the dates line up. Because I'm helping a group right now organize their the ability to bring us in so they can cover costs, etc. And that's one of the things I want to tell everybody here. If you're interested in hosting us, but you're worried about the bill, just get a hold of me. Like I can make things work. I'm very, very good at making things work. I got across Europe over 6 weeks, like hustling every train ride on the phone. So we can make this work. If you're in a cool place we haven't been, I'm far more willing to work with you, just as a heads up. But so I'm working there. If that one doesn't work, then we're going to meet somewhere on the West Coast. And then we're going to head to our first actual date that we have.
Very cool. And it ends in Thanksgiving. Is that what I heard? Or did you say
No,
Halloween?
Halloween.
Ah, okay, very cool. So 2 months. And then in the middle of that is, or not in the middle, but in the back half is Viodai in Minnesota.
Correct. Yeah. So that's one of the book dates for sure. We're going to be doing one at your location, Paul. Thank you so much for having us, of course.
We are.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so right now what we have in the books is we have a surprise guest appearance. I don't want to blow the lid off of it yet, on a famous YouTuber's channel, but you'll see. And then we're going to Rifle, Colorado, it looks like. We're going to be working with Gabe Cohen. So Gabe is amazing. He's been on my podcast. I love the guy. He's just doing such good work. Like, that man has turned his entire life around. So I definitely made it work to go see him. Then we're going to go ideally visit some friends. So we're heading through Texas. There's friends in Texas we want to go see. Then the next stop will be New Orleans. So we're heading to New Orleans, or that area. That'll be September 25th, 26th. So if you are in between Colorado and Louisiana, and you want to bring us in for a guest spot, which is not a full seminar, but a little one, that's the perfect time. It'd be in between the 26th and, or sorry, the 19th and the 25th. That would happen. Then our plan is to hang out in New Orleans for a bit and fly down some people and hang out and check it out. The host there is awesome. He's been great. I've been talking to him nonstop. He's like ready to go. He's a super good dude. So we're going to do that. Then the next official date is October 9th and 10th in Boston, or near Boston, Natick. So really close. So October 2nd and 3rd is still open. So in between Louisiana and Massachusetts, which is a lot of places, feel free to hire us anywhere in that route. That would be awesome. Any one of the Carolinas would be good. That I've never been there really and hung out. Then after that, oh, sorry, Rory.
I haven't been to the Carolinas either. Those are two of them. They're on my list. So.
Perfect. So if you have, we're going to drive through. You may as well take advantage. And again, if we both haven't been there, we got a deal for you. And then
one quick thing.
Yep.
Something for people watching. So there's tentpole weekends.
Yes.
But you guys are totally willing to do like a night on a Wednesday if you're in that area. So
absolutely. That's the model we're using. Is the tentpole weekends decide the route. And then if you're in between the tent poles, we'll gladly pop in and do like a micro seminar, 3-4 hours here and there. We're actually aiming for that. So after that, after Boston, we're going right to Viodai. So obviously come to Viodai if you're in the area. That's a huge one. That's one of that's one of my big ones. If it wasn't for Viodai, I don't think my career would be where it is. So that's like a huge one. Casey's always awesome. I'm excited to see everybody, considering normally I'm there 2 to 3 times a year and haven't been there in forever. And then after that, we have the 23rd, 24th not booked, and the Halloween weekend's also not booked. That would be in between kind of that Minnesota region and along the northern border, along the kind of that central northern area. So if you're a gym in that area, or a club or an organization, I am talking with some people in Arizona. There's a jail that might want to bring us in to do some stuff, which is kind of cool. So there are things up in the air. We haven't got anything really decided. In order to secure the date, obviously a deposit, right? Because if it would be the worst if we built a whole week of travel around coming to you and then you canceled on us, that would be very, very annoying. So that's kind of the route so far. So we have 4 of the dates planned: Rifle, Colorado, New Orleans. I think it's New Orleans or in the area, Natick, and then Viodai, of course. We still have 4 open. And then once we have those 8 things booked, then we'll be able to tell you if we're able to do a guest spot in your area.
So and a couple more questions I want to ask, but I want to jump over to Facebook right now. Sure. Wybert has my favorite one of the evening. Good evening, Randy Miller and Rory King. That's excellent. Peter Jones, Rory, are you planning any plans to come to the UK again, or indeed Paul or Randy? I don't have anything. Randy, Rory,
we'd love to do this. I've got I kind of owe a seminar to Denmark, because before COVID picked off, we were going to do, the only one we haven't done with Jan's group up there is how to run scenarios.
Cool.
So I owe them that one, and then they will have seen pretty much everything I've got. So if we work in, I'd love to do this in Europe.
That's the plan for 2022. In fact, US step up, because I have way more people screaming from Europe for this to happen than I do from the place that Rory's from, right? So that'll be exciting. I will be going to Europe. Benefits of having my fiance be a flight attendant. I got super cheap deals. So I will be whipping over there probably early next year after I have some small things going on. I'm purchasing a house and a wedding or whatever. So once those little minor things are done, then I probably will be heading to Europe sooner than later. Netherlands for sure, Denmark for sure, other places to be announced.
Peter Jones, I won't say the name you said, but no comment. Gabe Cohen, holy cow, thank you. So he was very appreciative of the compliment. Wybert again said the UK is easy to reach. Germany depends. If there's no floodings, the Netherlands are great too. Where in Texas?
There was a hurricane, so who knew?
Right.
Where in Texas? Is there anything actually planned?
There's nothing planned in Texas other than a social call. So I don't want to say where we're going because that's not my thing to say. But we'll be, because we're gonna have to drive right through Texas to get to New Orleans anyways. So anywhere in Texas is available. I've never been to Texas, and I always say my province in Canada is the Texas of Canada. Maybe I'm wrong. So I'd like to see if I've been saying a lie this whole time.
Texas is huge.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some very, very long distances on this trip. So
And that's I think where the best video is going to come up. And by the time you hit Boston, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have you guys in separate houses. So
I think we'll be fine as long as Rory realizes I'm going to get stir crazy. I'll just run around like a puppy. I'll just run out of the car every so often. It should be fun.
Oh, it's in September. I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but I like on long road trips, I like stopping by rivers and jumping in and swimming.
Perfect.
So
let's see here. Gabe Cohen, I have people in Netherlands. I've taught there twice. Would love to make introductions for both you guys.
Do it.
Yeah, looks again, the Euros are all like, come to Europe.
Can I interrupt you? Sorry, Paul.
Good.
This is one of the coolest things. If you're not on the RandRory seminar group yet, do that right now. One of the coolest things about this is we're trying to connect cool people with cool people. So like people from Rory's camp, people from my camp, which are there's a lot of overlap. People from other gyms that are hiring us, this should be beneficial to everybody, right? So we're not just trying to come to your gym and like pillage, take money and leave. Like we're trying to connect you with people in your area. We're trying to get you to make friends. We're trying to do a bunch of stuff, right? So I don't know why that was so funny. So we're trying to get that.
The two of you rolling into town and Rory's tiny little car pillaging is what makes me
we're pillaging. I'm tall enough to pillage. So so doing that, I think it's really cool. That's been one of my favorite parts of the group. Obviously, Rory's not a big Facebook person, so he's not on the group as much, but I'm there daily talking to everybody. And the coolest thing is, oh, I'm in this area. Oh, cool. Our gym's only like whatever. And so everybody's making connections. This should be just all the way through beneficial to every single person involved.
So do we want to talk about the October 9th and 10th option, Randy?
Sure. So October 9th and 10th will be in Natick, Massachusetts with Paul. Paul is very tech savvy. So he is going, we better be, because he is going to, Rory doesn't even know this yet. He is going to make the seminar we're doing there available online. So we can then expand the market to places maybe you wanted to come and you couldn't make it because there wasn't an event in your area, or you tried to organize it and the economy is not allowing that to happen for you. So we'll give you the ability, if you're across the pond or whatever, to at least participate virtually so you can get a little bit of access to see what we're going to do. And I promise you 2022 will be in Europe. I hear the demand. Don't worry. I'm not going to ignore that. We're definitely going to make this happen.
Cool. Vaughn just arrived. He said, can you just list the tentpole locations one more time, the things that are booked?
Yeah. So we have 4 open weekends, 4 booked weekends. Tentpole 1, Rifle, Colorado. Tentpole 2, the New Orleans region. I'm not really sure exactly where it is, if it is New Orleans proper or around it, but it's in
an hour and a half north.
Pardon?
Rolf is about an hour and a half north.
There you go. So an hour and a half north. So in Louisiana for sure. Then we have Natick, Massachusetts. And then Viodi Prime, obviously, we're going to be doing as well. So those are the tent poles so far. So right now, I can start booking guest spots in between Colorado and New Orleans and in between Boston and Minnesota. That's all I can do right now. or Boston and Minneapolis. That's all I can do right now because they're the only ones that I know are actually going to happen. I don't want to promise you something and then we can't deliver. So
very, very cool. So we have those. And are you going to have I presume you're going to have a web page, Randy, with all the data and info, or are you just going to do it in the Facebook group?
I think we're going to mostly keep it in the Facebook group. I might make a landing page for it. The thought I have right now, which might be more work, but the thought I have is once we have these, because again, I'm really trying to promote this for you as well, for the people that are hosting us. So I think we'll just do mini event pages for each school, and then we'll link those all together. Then I'll create a graphic once we have all the other tent poles booked.
So for those watching on Facebook, there's logistics still happening. There's
Yes,
still
correct.
Lots of logistics coming together.
That
More
needs to be
data
clear.
coming. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well,
But yeah, what I want to say is if you are on the West Coast, I'm willing to work with you because we don't have a spot there. And if you're on the close to the Canadian border, I'm willing to work with you there too, because we have no real dates. The middle is kind of murky, but those are the places. So if you're in, like I said, that kind of East Coast between Louisiana and Massachusetts, get a hold of me. If you are in between the West Coast and Colorado, get a hold of me. And if you are in between Minnesota and the West Coast on the northern part of the country, get a hold of me because we need spots there. And that's the route we're taking.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the notes real quick. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
I know you guys can fill time.
Yeah, Rory, why don't you say something? I've been chatting this whole time.
I'm not usually a talker until someone
That's
asks a good question. Yeah, no, I just would be repeating over and over, getting excited about this. So Sheena talked about maybe doing a day on the way down.
Yep.
She's about an hour and a half south of me.
Correct.
Or less. So that could just be an evening stopover. So much cool stuff.
So much cool stuff. I'm really excited. I like Sheena and I really want it to succeed there. So right now I'm working with her and somebody else to try and do a combined actual tent pole there.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And that's close. The other thing, just
Those
remind
who don't know all the names in your head, Rory,
What?
where's Sheena?
Hmm?
For those who don't know all the names in your head,
Oregon. In Salem, Oregon.
that helps a lot.
But now people know I'm an hour and a half north of that.
In Narnia.
Yeah, the one
On
thing
the back of your book, bro.
I go throughout, but some of those distances you're talking about are vast.
Yeah.
So
This isn't like Europe. Yeah, no.
yeah,
No.
the driving time is going to be interesting.
That's what the cameras are for. So I'm bringing a mobile kit to record as much as possible. We're probably going to hide most of it behind our Patreon paywalls because it might not be for public consumption otherwise.
I honestly, out of all of this, that's the thing I can't wait for the most.
Oh,
Yeah.
So me and Rory have this tradition where we both tell each other we don't drink that much anymore. And then we break that rule immediately.
As soon as we get together, yes.
Yeah.
Hence the bad influence.
True.
As Dylan said early on, Randy is an enabler. But I'm like,
100%
so is
am,
Rory,
yep.
to be fair.
Yeah.
Rory goes, but you won't. Okay, yes, I will.
Yeah. Well, and there's since we're being super nice with each other, I tend to get in trouble more with people I trust more.
Right.
So I'm expecting a fair amount of trouble on this trip.
That's what so literally, I don't know, everybody doesn't know my daughter, but I talk about her all the time. I have to enter every conversation. When I told her me and you were going on tour, the first thing she asked is, Rory, did you see the Minecraft update? She wants to know. And number two is, have you? Yeah, okay, good. And number two is, she's like, you and Rory for 8 weeks? Oh, that's going to be fine. That's what she said.
Yep. So
Peter Jones had an interesting idea. Will you be doing podcast recordings on the road?
I don't think formally, but yeah, like I have a content schedule I got to keep up, right? So I'll be front loading all my content for the patrons because I don't want them to lose any service. But yeah, I think we'll be doing like podcasts. I really want to highlight the hosts that are bringing us in. So I'll do like little micro interviews with them. Like, remember, I'm a marketing guy and I'm really here to help everybody. So I really want everybody to get a big benefit from this tour. So I think there'll be podcasts. I think there'll be like drunken shenanigans. Again, probably behind a paywall. But we will be doing it.
I'm thinking if we're driving at 2:00 in the morning, someplace with good cell service, and we could just put the camera up there and hit a Facebook Live.
Yep.
if we got a good subject to talk about, that might be really fun or really disturbing or both.
I don't feel like there's going to be a lack of good content because we're going to keep bringing stuff up, and then it's going to be fun.
Oh, I'm
but
gonna-
then it's-
I'm gonna
it's
wake up
gonna
to
be
so many headaches, aren't I?
90% of, oh shit, we should have recorded that. That was good.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you have to try to recreate it. It's never the same magic as the first
No,
conversation.
Exactly. So yeah, if anybody wants to like intern tag along and be like our D-Rock Gary V, like you have to be in a different car though, maybe. I don't know if I want to hang out with somebody that long, but we'll figure it out.
A chase car. You can have a chase car during the trip.
That's probably fair.
Hold the gimbal out the window. Yeah, that'll go well. Casey, are you guys cosplaying Supernatural the whole time? Oh my God.
Oh, yep, we are now.
I'm more a Bobby though.
You're more of a Bob. It's fair.
Yeah.
True story. All right, cool. So a couple things, the takeaways, we've got a couple tent poles, but a lot of data still to come out, guys. The biggest thing to do is join the group that Randy started, which we'll link after this. I didn't put it in the notes because I was doing it's hard to do Facebook notes from Zoom.
Sure.
We'll link that after this for you guys. It'll be up in the description. You guys can check that out. Definitely join the group. Obviously, if you're watching this on Facebook right now. If you're not on Facebook, feel free to shoot anybody, myself, Randy. Don't bother trying to send Rory a friend request. Rory's very proud of the fact that his friend request is full and no one can friend request him, even though he doesn't accept anybody. So you don't bother me or Randy. We will
I'm
take
the
care of you guys.
opposite. Add me right now.
So we'll take care of you guys. We'll get the information out to you guys. I'll take care of it on the Chiron side. Randy will take care of it on the Randy King Live side. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be. I'm very looking forward to the fall. So
Me too. So courses, people have been asking about what we're going to be doing. Can we talk about that for a little bit? Is that okay?
please.
Okay. So pretty much what we're doing is, because it's a co-headlining tour, we wanted to kind of create something that was unique. So RandRory, the name of the seminar, if you know, is clever, but we're kind of feeding off of that. So what we're doing is myself and Rory are working on a combination of my dirty boxing and his dirty judo. So that is going to be one of the flagship seminars, but also we're available to teach our independent stuff as well, so we can do back and forth. So the way it's going to work is the guest spots, we can do the physical stuff or we can do whatever. The tent poles, the weekends, you're getting 2 days for the weekend, but you're also getting an evening class on the Friday as well, where we could do an educational thing. So look at it like you're pretty much getting 5 sessions if you're doing the weekend. So there's a Friday night, then there's a morning, an afternoon, a morning, and an afternoon. Lots of content can go in there. We will be releasing the menu soon, but the main thing we want to do is the play part. So we want to be doing the actual RandRory seminar flagship, which is the combination of the dirty judo and the dirty boxing, which will be neat, but and also interesting because it's going to be a live seminar, as in it's going to be evolving constantly. So what the first group gets might not be what the second group gets, because we'll be building and learning and stuff. And then we should have a really cool package by the time it's all complete.
Marcy Barrett just said, I literally gasped in delight at the dirty boxing plus dirty judo.
Right?
If are familiar with my stuff, it's the dirty judo is what a whole bunch of the people who've been through it call infighting afterwards. So it's going to be a lot of the infighting combined with the boxing. To be clear, I don't consider it self-defense because I'm not interested in escaping. This is what I do for fun. I do this because I love it. And the combination, so it's going to be, if you want that one, which is absolutely the flagship of this one, put that in your martial arts box rather than your self-defense box in your head. We'll have all the self-defense stuff there if you'd rather have that, if that's what you need or your people need.
Yep.
We'll be happy to do that. We're happy to do the academic part, the communications part. But since we're centering this trip mostly around us having fun, infighting is the funnest thing.
Yeah.
Like ever. So.
And it's really cool because obviously Rory's a grappler by nature and I'm a striker by nature. And so like the middle, the hub is the same, but the spokes are much, much different, right? So it'll be an interesting wheel to see when we're finished with it.
I expect lots of strikling.
Strikling, exactly. And like Rory said, that's what the Fridays for like the educational stuff. And again, if you want to bring us in because you want our self-defense stuff, which we're both actually known for a lot more, then we'll do that. But also, let's like kick and punch and choke each other a little bit. That sounds fun too.
Yeah, I know Rory personally has been talking for years about like, I just want to go do physical seminars. Everybody wants to hear Rory talk. He's like, can I just throw somebody? I just want to throw somebody.
So tired of my own voice.
But you're the boss, client. You're the one who's telling us what we're doing. So whatever one you want, you tell us.
Yeah, we work for
But
you.
warning, Rory might just throw you, so just a heads up.
If the opportunity presents itself, yes.
Guaranteed, if you're like, oh, we'd rather do more of the self-defense stuff, when that self-defense clock runs out, Rory and I will start fighting each other and you can jump on in.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the blowing off of steam from all the 7 hours in a car.
You have to, yeah. There's one of the places I train where there's a tradition of we do the seminar and then the host brings in some kind of weird food from one of the foodie places around and opens up a bottle of whiskey. And after that, it's just drunken knife sparring until it's too late and everyone has to go home.
We can do that in Boston. Just saying.
Yeah. Boston, we're knife throwing at your wooden little kids that are everywhere.
Oh yeah, we were knife throwing at the we were totally
They don't know.
doing everything legally. It was perfect, Paul.
They were made of wood, to be clear, guys. Very much on Facebook. They were
Yeah,
made of wood.
little kids, yeah, that have
Living
like,
wooden children. No, I'm just
or drive slow. Yeah.
Yeah, warning safety signs. Oh, those make good knife targets.
They wasn't wrong.
Not wrong at all. All right.
And if we're ever invaded by hobbits, we have real life training to deal with it. So
I'm not repeating that, Casey. I'm definitely not repeating that. All right. So Rory, what are last closing thoughts? What did we forget?
This is going to be an adventure and looking forward to anyone that wants to be involved in that.
Mr. King?
I think, yeah, I agree. You're not going to want to miss this. And everybody says that's such a sales thing to say, but it's a unique seminar. You're getting two people, very vastly different personalities, very vastly different backgrounds, very vastly different, a lot of stuff coming together. And that usually makes lightning in a bottle, right? That's going to be something cool because we're going to be able to address such a broad range of topics, and we're going to be able to really help you improve your game in whatever way you want us to improve your game, whether it's soft skills, hard skills, martial arts stuff, whatever. I think it would be, if so, I always try to look at seminars if I was the one hosting, and I would be hosting this ASAP, like as soon as possible. Like there's just, and Paul's one of the hosts, right? Like if you can do it, do it. And again, like Rory said, clearly this is what we do for a living, so we need to get paid, but it's more about the road trip than the seminars. So we can get gas money. I'm not saying we're gonna work super cheap, but I can work with you to make this happen because I really want this to be a success for us, but of course, a success for everybody else. So you're getting exposure on all my social media stuff, which is not nothing. You're getting exposure on just the tour part of it, featured. I'll be doing interviews with the hosts. There'll be lots of stuff if you're looking to maybe get the word out about your area, that this might be a perfect opportunity, because if you know anything about me, there will be a camera on us most of the time, and we will be talking about where we're at on the internet.
For my piece as a school owner, I actually heard this first from Randy, not Rory. And my first question was, do I have to help you host somewhere nearby, or is it better if I get to host? And Randy's like, oh no, totally you. I was like, yes, I get to be one of the hosts. Woohoo. Number one. And I will just speak for everybody on Facebook right now. Most of us are just sad we can't like squeeze into the car and be there for some of like the teaching's going to be amazing, but the other times that are going to be shenanigans, which that's going to be, well, I want to see this.
That's the best part for us. That's the selfish part for us, right?
Scott, I'm going to say this like a Guido, macaroni. How about the slums of Los Angeles, which is basically all of Los Angeles? If you're in the area, Scott, you got somebody that wants to host, shoot Randy a message. He's going to be doing the coordinating and the scheduling and the calendaring, because Rory.
That would be perfect for the first leg.
That's what I was saying. If our first stop is what first major one, if you can, whoever asked that, sorry, I missed the name. If you could book the 11th and 12th, we would love to come. I've always wanted to see Los Angeles.
Of September.
Of September. Yes, sorry. Of September, first leg. I would love to do. I have only been to the northern part of California, just through the Redwood Forest. I would love to see Los Angeles because I'm a huge pop culture nerd, and that's where all of my favorite things are made. So I would like to go check that out.
So yeah, so Scott, reach out to Randy. He's
Please.
got the calendar scheduling stuff. Cool. All right. What did we forget? Anything? We got everything?
I think that's it. Just like I said, feel free if you're a fan of Rory's and not of mine, just add me. I'm handling, like, realistically, we say co-headlining, but Rory's the big deal. I'm the opening act and I get it. So I'm willing to do the heavy lifting on this. So get a hold of me and we'll go from there. I'm just happy I get to be on the card. It doesn't matter to me.
They saw work on social media. What do you think, Rory? I'm not sure that's true anymore.
No, I don't think it's true anymore. I don't think it's been true for a long time. That's cool.
I talk a lot and people seem to enjoy it. So it's working out all right.
Right? That's the whole next generation thing.
Very cool. All right, guys.
Oh,
well,
thanks for doing this for us. Thanks for hosting, doing the heavy lifting. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really heavy lifting.
Hey, I didn't have to press the buttons. I'll take it.
I did have to coordinate Rory. That's a little tricky in Narnia. Otherwise, this is for me. This is just pure fun and looking forward to the fall. So
My Wi-Fi didn't crash the whole time, so that's good.
that's the most impressive for anybody that's in the Chiron crew.
Actually,
you guys know that's actually the most impressive thing is Rory's Wi-Fi ran the entire time. Cool. All right, guys. So just walk away real quick. Remember, shoot me a message or shoot Randy a message. The group, this entire tour has its own group, which is probably, I'm going to guess, where there's some other social media shenanigans going on when the fall tour actually kicks up. So definitely a place you want to be in.
Yeah, we're definitely going to give so people that are early adopters are always going to get better benefits with me. So we're going to make sure you have extra content, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, if I'm not forgetting anything, Randy, Rory.
All right. I'm good.
All right, guys.
I think that's
Thank
it.
you guys for
Thanks
joining.
everyone for watching.